morning. Uh, look, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We have made it to the middle of the week, thank God. I am awake, but I am not all the way there yet. You know what? I woke up a little bit early today and I fell asleep a little bit later last night. And so, yeah, I'm here, but I'm not all the way together yet. But since I'm a morning person, I'm woke and I'm woke and I was doing different things. And so here I am, world. I have arrived, and you always know that I'm coming through with a powerful message for the day. I was sitting here for a minute trying to figure out, like, how do I want to do this? Because you all know earlier in the week I was coming through with a very live energy, right? Very live. But I was thinking to myself today, like, this message calls for a little bit of a slowdown. It's going to call for a little bit of some, like, serious and deep, like, thought. Right? When you having those conversations, like, this one's gonna be a deep one. And so I'm coming through with a different vibe today. I have my Bible in front of me, as you can see, and I was like, let me kick back and relax. I done took my shoes off, and we're gonna try and get through this message, because this one is a tough one. This one is a tough message. Not in a way where people can't handle it, but I feel like it's one of those conversations that for real we don't have. Like, we do not have this conversation. Normally you just hear people say different things, and I'm going to give you all my perspective on it. You take it however you want. The great thing about, like, having your own stuff, like, this is my channel. I love this. Like, I love it. It's so, like, random how you come across different things and then it just becomes your thing. Like, this is my element right here. But who knew, right? Like, crazy things that happen in your life, and then you figure out, like, this is my element right here. Because you all know, I was thinking to myself yesterday, like I was saying, I talk too much. It's not a bad thing, so I should say I talk a lot. And I always have talked a lot, but it's just like, the older I get, the more I talk, like, the more I talk. But get this, I'm also going to add this in there. Like, with your talking, you should be able to put out wisdom. That part. It ain't that you just talking and you have things to say, but really you're not saying anything at all. You're not building people up or none of that. And so I'm grateful that with me talking so much, thank God for that, right? That he gives me, like, wisdom. Praise God. Like, he gives me wisdom and understanding and the desire to even want to share, right, with other people and be transparent and be authentic and not really care what people got to think. Well, like, or what they got to say. Like, I don't care. And so I love this. This is me, like, inspirational cultivator. This is all me right here. And so, in this space today, whether you choose to chill with me or not to start off your Wednesday morning, yeah, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you all are tuning in, and I'm really, like, hoping that it is doing something for you. If nothing else, if it, you're not learning anything, I love for it to be a good conversation starter, for something that you can, talk about with other people, something to chew on, something that gives you something to, reflect on for yourself. As long as it is working, I am good with that, right? Like, I'm good. And so for today, yeah, again, today is a deep message. I kind of thought about it from yesterday, because you all know I was talking a little bit about just deem it yours. Deem it yours. Whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever it is that you're pursuing, whatever it is that you're working towards, like, declare it and claim it as yours, right? Whenever he asks us, well, he doesn't ask us, but whenever he's telling us to pray about things and ask for stuff, he wants us to have so much faith that we believe it, and that we are awaiting, like his response. We were waiting for him to deliver. And so, along with that, I really wanted to make sure, like, I was doing my walking yesterday and I was just like, I need to make sure I put that out there. Like, that even though we have different desires, right? I really pinpointed on this yesterday. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch my video, Deem It Yours. But pretty much, when you have a desire, we need to make sure that it is from God. Right? Like, we need to make sure it's from God or it's of God, right? Because sometimes we can come up with our own stuff that we're desiring, or sometimes, Satan be working, and like, we want some stuff that it ain't right, or it ain't, it don't have good motives and intentions behind it and stuff like that. And that's what I want to go into today, like, for real. So I was already thinking about it, but then it made me think about it some more, because as you all know, I'm divorced, and happily, I'm okay, like, I'm good. But at the same time, I do want to get married again if that's God's will. You caught that? Like, if it's God's will. So basically, I'm okay if I get married again and, he blesses me with the right person. But I'm also okay if he decides that, no, you know what, like, you done, whatever, like, you done, and just, focus on me. I'm okay either way it goes. In this world, sometimes you have it, a lot of times, you have it where some people, for real, they aren't okay with what God is doing in their life, if that makes sense. And let me go more into it. They're not okay when they're not getting the things that they want. Like, is it you? I don't know. But I've learned how to be content in all circumstances. Like, whatever he blesses me with, I'm good. Because if it's something that he wants me to have, I'm gonna have it. And if it's something that he doesn't want me to have, I'm not gonna have it. And that means that that's a good thing. He's in control. He knows everything that goes on. He's all sovereign. He knows what's around the corner. He knows what's coming up later on down the line. So if it's something that I don't have, in my mind, in my heart, like, in my spirit, I'm like, I'm good then. That's something that I do not need. If it's something that he's taking out of my life, again, I'm good. That means it's something that I do not need. You get what I'm saying? I've learned how to be content in every single circumstance that he puts me in. And so, as I was, reflecting on it, because then I was on my Spotify, and you know how sometimes, all this AI, how they, how they create things for you, or they'll be like, this is for you. And it's like, how you know this for me? Like, how you know? But as I'm reading it, one of them said, like, everybody has somebody. And I was thinking to myself, when I was younger, I had a friend that I was with, and they would tell me, like, no, I'm not into nobody. Like, I'm not into that, sexual stuff and everything. And I'm not into it. I had never come across that before. Like, of course, there are people like that out there in the world, and there is terms for it and stuff. But I just had never had that happen to me where, I met a person like that, and I had never talked to them about it. And so I never, it just never crossed my mind. And I was just like, what? Because I was younger, and I'm just like, when you get older, like, everybody gets married, or people, get in relationships and stuff like that. And it's just like, this person's like, nah, like, I'm good. And at the time, I didn't understand it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I get it. Like, I'm serious, like, I get it. And if you read the Bible, for the Bible readers out there, and, like, those who believe in God, Christians, what have you, that in the Bible, it's actual people that do not do that. They don't get married. They not into others. And even when you're reading about, was it Paul who was talking about, relationships, and the fact that when you do get in one, you are going to have troubles. Like, he's just letting you know. It's like, you're going to have troubles, and your attention and your devotion is going to be divided, because now you're not going to be just trying to please God. You're going to be trying to please your spouse. Right? Like, it's going to be divided. But when you by yourself, like, you're just going to be trying to please God. And he was saying, it's my recommendation that you just try and please God. You good by yourself. You ain't gonna have all that, whatever. But at the same time, it's not wrong. It's not a sin for you to be with somebody or for you to want to, get married and stuff like that. And then he went further and was like, in fact, if you can't curb your urges and stuff, like, you need to go ahead and get married, what have you, like. But basically what I'm saying is, like, that came up and I was thinking about it and I was like, that never makes me feel any kind of way. And back in the day, it would be some people who would try and make me feel some type of way, because I did get divorced and stuff. I don't know, some people be like, oh, you failed and stuff like that. And it's like, it was a relationship, whatever. Like, either it works out or it doesn't. And a lot of the times, depending on what's going on in your relationship, like, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. So, that's between you, the person, and God, and you and yourself and God. But at the end of the day, when I was looking at it and I was reflecting on all those times that people were trying to, like, make me feel some type of way, I was like, and I guess I should go into how they was doing it. So they would come around me and, like, whenever, like a couple would get around and they knew who I was and stuff and what happened, they would, like, hurry up and kiss the person they was with or, like, do something, lovey-dovey, like PDA, which I love. I love seeing love out in front of me. I'm not that person, like, I'm not that person where it's just like, oh my God, like, I want that. Like, I'm so jelly, what have you? Like, I'm not that person. For me, and I studied marriage and family counseling. So it's like, for me, it's like, I love seeing it. I love seeing love. I don't care who it's with. I don't care, if it's somebody else that's happening or me. Like, I love seeing that, right? And so the goal, though, the motive behind it was like, let's try and make this person feel some type of way. But to me, I was like, it's doing the adverse effect. Like, I love seeing families together. I love seeing couples together, like, especially when it's real. Whatever. Like, sometimes it's happening because people are insecure, and they just, like, don't look at that person. Don't, what have you. But as I was experiencing that and, even now reflecting on it, I'm like, I'm just not that type of person. I don't get jealous, if that makes sense. That's what I'm talking about. And so for today's message, that's all I was like, it's going to be a tough one today. We're talking about that. This is the conversation, right, that we don't have. People, you'll hear comments about it all the time, like, oh, I'm so jelly, or I'm jealous of this, or then you'll hear when it's real bad, like when it's like you envious, or like you really want something somebody else have and you ain't putting it out there like that. What do they say in the Bible? What's worse is like hidden love. That's what I call jealousy and like envy. It's like, it's a hidden love. You really like it. You really want that, but you hiding it. And that's like when it's even worse. What have you? Like, it's one thing to acknowledge it and put it out there like you are, but man, when it's like a hidden love, it's like, ugh, and I'm telling you, like, I've had these types of experiences in my life. And so I was like, man, you know what? This is a good time to talk about that, because I was just talking about desires. And it's one thing when we're sitting up here and we have a desire to, pursue something, and we're trying to figure out, discern, like, is this from God or is this, not? Is this of God? Is it, or is this not? Is this just me coming up with some stuff, or what is this? And sometimes, we don't even have enough self-awareness to realize that, like, to stop and be like, where is this coming from? And so, yeah, I want to go into that. And jealousy, if this is something that you struggle with, or something that you for real, you are challenged with this, where it's like you want things that you cannot have. You are like, for real. And when I say that, don't get it twisted, because I'm a very firm believer and we got access to it all. There is nothing that you cannot have. But I'm saying, in this world, when you're thinking in this world, of this world, it's like, for real, you walking around and you feeling like it's something that you want that you cannot have. You get what I'm saying? And I was talking about it too with someone recently. I was like, all these available people in the world, and some people out here, like, for real, want all these people that are not available. Like, you want somebody, and I ain't saying, you got crushes on people and stuff like that, but I mean, for real, I've also met people and been friends with people that it's like you sleeping with somebody's husband, you're sleeping with somebody's wife, like, what have you. And it's like, it's okay though, and it's a whole nother level. When I was younger, it was like, okay, this somebody's boyfriend, whatever. They talking, but they not really talking. There's some type of triangle entanglement, whatever. But it's like, nah, it becomes a whole different level. And I felt that when I got older and I got married and I was friends with people, and it was like, man, I'm sleeping with somebody's husband, like, this person got kids. Like, what you doing? What have you? Like, this person got kids. This person has a whole family. Like, what are you doing? Type of thing. And at the time, I didn't even know how to address it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is somebody that you cool with. But at the same time, it's like, you're in a marriage and you like, that ain't what's up. Like, you for real wrecking the whole home and acting like you can't control yourself. You get what I'm saying? And everybody's situation different, right? Like, everybody's situation is different. Some people be in the middle of a divorce and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, biblically, and I'm gonna put that out there. You all know I ain't scared to say how I feel about stuff, and it's just my opinion. You take it how you want. But the Bible say you honor the marriage bed, whether you the one in it or not. You honor that. So if somebody is married, like, leave that mess alone. Like, leave that mess alone. But yeah, so talking about that, right? And just having desires. This is interesting, right? And having a jealousy or some type of envy. So the scripture that I was reading about this morning comes from James. And it is James 4. I'm gonna just read it. Yeah, I'm trying to see how far I want to go, but I'm thinking James 4:1-3. So, what causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire, but you do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. Okay? When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Okay? So this is my mindset when it comes to this stuff, and I'm being real. Like, this is my mindset. The reason why jealousy is not a thing for me, or like coveting things that aren't mine, is because, first of all, it's biblical. But I mean, at the same time, just like I was talking about yesterday, when your name is on something, you don't need to worry. Like, you don't need to be concerned about it at all. Like, when your name is on something, God has already prepared it specifically and specially for you. You get it? So for me, it's like, why would I go out here and be wanting what somebody else has when it was not created for me? If it were, I would have it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that part. It's like, if it were, I would have it. So why would I want to go and take something that isn't mine? Or why would I want to go and want something that somebody else has when God can customize it specifically and specially for me? I was talking about it a little bit yesterday in my reflection. I'm like, that's like you going out on the street and you're looking for something, and then you just like, oh, that is so cute. Oh, I want that. And it's somebody else's, right? Like, it's somebody else's. And to you, you're thinking like, oh, you want this, but it's like, so you rather just take this little basic model or whatever it is that's been created. Who knows when it's been created or when it was brought or what have you. It was probably, customized for that person and everything. And so you want that over something that God can specifically like design just for you. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about just a person. I'm talking about anything in this world. Like, this is the reason why. Like, I don't want what other people have, and I'm not a jealous person, because it's like, why would you want something that doesn't have your name on it? Why do you want that? What have you? And he's saying it too. He's like, this is why you end up seeing people battling about things, or they're fighting back and forth, or arguing about stuff, or, oh, I don't like that person, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, because you sitting up here wanting something that you cannot have. And because you can't have it, now you going all types of routes to do things that's leading to bad stuff. You go like, I'm for real. And please believe, I just was having this conversation with somebody recently. I was like, yeah, when I was younger, yeah, somebody took my stuff, had my name engraved on it and everything. And it's just like, the Bible also say who gonna be, coming at people when they trying to feed their family and stuff. So that too, that's why I don't really care when people stealing. But it's just like at the end of the day, for people who just you jealous of stuff that somebody else is doing or somebody else has or any of that, or you envious of them, it's like, why when God can do the very same thing for you? Right? He can do the very same thing. Instead of you wanting this little basic whatever that they have, that would be a blessing for them because it was made for them, and probably a curse for you. Like, it'd probably be, once you take it, the headache for you because it wasn't made for you. You get what I'm saying? And he's telling you, it ain't that you can't have it. You can look around this world and be like, oh, I like that, or I want that, or what have you. Go to him. What do he say? Let's go back in. It says in James 4, 4:2. You do not have because you do not ask God. That part. Like, he's saying that we can't have things. He's saying there's a way to do everything. So if it's something that you want, if it's something that you need, then I just said in the video yesterday, like, if it's something that you're pursuing, if it's something that you're after, if it's something that you for real want in your life, go to him. Go to him. He wants to do things for us. He wants to exceed our expectations. He wants to be the one that you depend on. Just like a regular parent within the world, when they say like, oh, the parent wants to give their child some type of gift or something like that, they want to make them happy. God is the very same way. Like, he is for real the Father. So he wants to exceed your expectations. He wants to make you happy, but you have to come to him. You get what I'm saying? And then he's saying, even though you come to him and you ask, sometimes you asking with the wrong motive. Sometimes you're asking and it's really for some stuff that is not going to be a part of his will. You asking and it's not going to be anything that's good. It's just something for you to basically spend on your pleasure, something for the flesh. It has no good substance to it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for you to be out in this world and be jealous, it's not even necessary. It's not necessary. And it makes me like, it tickles me on the inside, but at the same time makes me cringe when I hear it from people, because it's like, you don't have to be. Every time I hear that, I be like, you don't have to be. And somebody laughed at me. Now I'm reflecting on it. Somebody laughed at me recently because I said that. Like, somebody said like, oh my God, I'm so jealous, or I'm so jelly. And I was like, you don't have to be, and I was real. I was like, I was being real, because it's just like, in this world, seriously, you do not have to be jealous. You do not have to be coveting anything. You do not have to be wanting nothing that nobody else has. Don't you know that God will do the very same thing for you? And it's going to be even better. Like, you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I could never even understand that. I couldn't understand it when, individuals would for real be wanting stuff that I had, or I would see other people telling other people like they want stuff that other people have, or, especially now because we have this social media and it's like people just sitting there scrolling all day, like, or especially younger people, like sitting there and you scrolling all day and you looking at what other people are doing. Oh, they went on a trip, or, oh, they got this gift, or this person in their life, or, oh, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, and now let that be an inspiration for you. You get what I'm saying? Instead of it being, I want what they have. And some people be like, not only do I want what they have, I want that very thing that they have. Like, how do I get that very thing that they have? And it's just like, go to God and watch him work. Go to God and actually put in your order. To me, that's how I feel. I'm like, why would I up and want, and I, just for the sake of the conversation, like, I don't want these sloppy seconds, like, I want these leftovers, what have you. Not when I serve a powerful God who can give me exactly what I want. You get what I'm saying? Like, let it be an inspiration for you when you going about this world and for real, you seeing stuff like that. Like, change your mindset. Like when you for real scrolling through, or you seeing other people, or you hearing other stories or what have you about, whatever people doing in their life or whatever they have, it's like, let it be an inspiration for you that, hey, that's possible. That's possible that somebody could have someone that, cares about them, or, that wants to spend money on them, or I don't know, whatever it is that you want, or they got a house, or, they went on a trip, or they got a car, or whatever, all this crazy stuff in the world. But whatever it is that you desire, oh, they got a job, the job that they want. It's like, let that be an inspiration to you. Why would you want something that somebody else was blessed with? You get what I'm saying? Like, for them, it's a blessing. For you, it will probably be a headache. Like, I'm just being real, because 9 times out of 10, like, God is about justice. God is about doing the right thing and all that. And if you are doing some stuff like in shady ways, or you taking some crooked paths to get things that you want, like, God is very aware. Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's how, what he say, like, what is it? It's in 2 different places. Even in Proverbs, it talks about, like, stolen fruit is sweet, what have you, and all types of stuff. Basically saying, like, it tastes good now, it's gonna be good real quick, and it's not gonna last. What they say, you end up with a mouthful of gravel, like taking stuff that ain't your ill-gotten gains and stuff like that. And so that part, right? It's like, if you're seeing things that you want in this world, or you come across hearing something or around something that you would want in your life too, don't get to that place where you so envious or you so jealous that now you doing some things you ain't got no business doing. Like, I'm serious, like, real talk. And he's saying it, right? When you go back into James, he's like, why do you have quarrels, and what's the other word, why do you have fights and quarrels among you? Because of your desires, the things that are battling within you, right? Because we all know sometimes people are looking at things that they want, and it's all types of things going on inside of them. It ain't even the fact that they want the actual thing that you have. Sometimes it's the fact that it's like they just want to feel a certain way. They just want something internally, to be there, and they're thinking it's coming from that one thing, right? Like, even in my life, I've had it where some people was like, oh, I want everything this person got. Whatever, like, I'm for real, like, literally, they was like, I'm coming after everything this person got, thinking that that's the reason why, I'm happy, or that's the reason why, I have joy, or I'm at peace and stuff like that. And it's like, no, none of the things that I had gave that to me. You get what I'm saying? It was the fact that God is in me, and that's something that no one can take. You get what I'm saying? Like, the thing that's most valuable, it stems from the root of it, is like, you ain't touching that. But because some people, they're in this world and of this world thinking in that manner, like, oh, it must be, because they have, this person in their life that they get to go on trips, and that they get to, eat this and go here and wear this and that. Oh, it must be because they have a specific job that, people respect them, or, people look up to them and all this. It must be because, and like, seriously, like, going down the list, thinking of all these different things that it is, and then trying to take those very things and then realize, like, that had nothing to do with it. What have you? And then what ends up being a blessing for one person ends up being a complete headache, because now you have it, and what you expected to get, you didn't get. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, if you know that you struggle with jealousy, or you struggle with envy, like, look at what the Bible is saying about that. First of all, that it's not good. Like, all through the Bible, like, it's telling you, like, it is not good. It's not good to have that. I don't want to get into specifics, because I'm not sure what he says the outcome is. I just know he says get rid of it. Get rid of it. If you know that you struggle with jealousy or envy and stuff like that, start working on it. Like, seriously, I never had that issue, like I said before, because for me, and this is just my mindset, I don't know if it can be helpful for somebody else, but my mindset is, one, I normally got, what I wanted, so I ain't, what have you. But for real, that was because, I had God in my life, and for real, I looked to him. Right. And when I was younger, you just younger and you don't know, you don't know what's going on. But, the older I got, the more I realized that, like, God is in control. And if it's something that I want, he can do that and some. So why do I need to go to another person, or why do I need to take something that's not mine, or be even wanting something that's not mine? If God wants me to have it, don't you know he will move mountains for you? He will make ways for you. It's some stuff, you'll get and you ain't even asked for it, but in your heart, you want it. You get what I'm saying? Like, God even knows that. So it's like, if you would just go to him, trust him and go to him. You don't have to be needing or wanting anything that anybody else has. Don't even let yourself get to that place. Right? Like, that Satan working when he got you up there thinking like, "Ooh, I want that, I want that, I want that." And now you acting on it and doing you taking some crooked paths to get it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be long lasting if you do that. And so that's why I'm like, man, James for the day, James 4, in reflection, if that's something that you struggle with, or something that, you have right in your life. And for real, some people know what I tell you before, like, we might be human, but we be knowing when it's stuff going on with us. Like, right? Like, we don't be needing other people to say it. But at the same time, it's like having that self-awareness to know, like, if you struggle with that, because some people will say it out their mouth. Like I said, sometimes it's jokingly, like, "Oh, I'm so jelly," or "I'm jealous," or, saying it just to say it to be nice or whatever. But it's like, nah, understand that ain't cute. Like, that's just my opinion. That's not cute. And that's not nothing to be parading around and stuff, like, that's not okay. Right? Because it can have you doing some stuff that you really should not be doing. Right? And biblically, for the Bible readers and for the believers out there, it's letting you know, like, he telling you, get rid of it. If jealousy is a thing that you struggle with, even if you say it out loud or you don't, people know. Like, you know. And if that's something that you struggle with, start working on that and get rid of it. And even when people telling you stuff, and it's funny too, because I caught somebody, saying it recently, and just like, you don't have to be. And it's like, that's the truth. That is the God honest truth. Like, you don't have to be jealous out here. You don't have to be wanting nothing nobody else got, because our God is just way too good. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's way too good where he'll give you exactly what you want and some. He'll exceed your expectations. He'll go beyond that, and it's gonna be specifically made for you. Remember what I said yesterday, like, deem it yours, right? Like, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you needing, any of that, and come to him. God has ways of doing things that we can't even fathom. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't think that you aren't worthy enough, that you don't have enough value to him, that he won't show up for you and give you exactly what you want. You ain't gotta want nothing that nobody else has in this world. Me and these double negatives. Like, you don't have to want anything that somebody else has, because we serve such a powerful God that he will make ways for you. And he will get you exactly what you want, exactly what you need, and he will customize it for you, making it specifically for you. Where it ain't working with nobody else, it's not gonna go any type of way, that's well with anybody else. What I say yesterday, for the example, I was like, it's just like the apples and oranges. You can have the apples and oranges at the store, and you like, oh, I'm trying to go get these apples and oranges. Yes, they on sale. And like, you go and you get them, and it's just like, oh, they was the last two waiting on me. They was the last two. Or you can go and then, what happened right before that? Oh, somebody took them, but as they were walking around the store, they was like, you know what? I don't think I want these anymore. I'm like, I don't think I want these. What have you? Or, oh, you know what? I got these and they just didn't fit, what I was doing, like that. You know what I'm saying? When something is specifically made for you, or when God has something prepared just for you, it ain't working with nobody else, and it's not gonna go to anybody else. I'm serious. Like, that's what I mean by we can't even fathom the ways that he has of getting things done and doing things. So trust him. Don't ever feel like you are so much like of no worth, or that, because that's how I perceive it. It's just like, know your worth and know your value. Like, God is so for you. Like, right? Don't think that you are so less than that you gotta go and take what somebody else has. Like, that you're not good enough to get something specifically made for you. That you're not good enough for God to just show up and bless you beyond your means or beyond your expectations. Like, you are a child of God. You are an heir and a co-heir with Jesus. Like, do not be walking around this world feeling like you gotta take things from other people, or that you gotta get what someone else has. You are worth so much more than that. Like, let me get up close and personal and say it. Like, you are worth so much more than that. Did you hear what I said earlier? I was like, and I'm just saying it just for the sake of the conversation. Like, I don't want these sloppy seconds. Like, I don't want that. Like, type of thing. Like, why? Why would I be sitting up here going, I want what they have. Like, I want that, and I want that. What I say, even with the different hairstyles and stuff, at some point, certain people were saying that, like, oh, now she's looking like this person, she looks like that. It's like, why would I want to look like anybody else when God has blessed me to be me, and there's only one of me? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's only one. I'm not trying to look like nobody else. I don't want what nobody else has. I'm not trying to do what everybody else is doing, because I know my worth. You get what I'm saying? Like, that part. Walk in that. Know that. Right? Like, know your worth. Know it. When you're out here in this world. And if that is something that you struggle with, jealousy or coveting things that aren't yours, and that's a commandment now. And the same thing, I don't know, do people know that? Like, I'm sure, like, Bible readers and stuff know, but for real, like, on that, like, shall not, all that type of stuff, coveting is one of them. And normally, when you covet things that you don't, like, what do you got? When you covet things that aren't yours, normally it's stemming from you being jealous or envious. Right? Right? You looking at something that ain't yours, but you really want it. Right? And now it's causing you to do some questionable things, right? That's why I'm like, if you know that's something that you struggle with, something that you're challenged with, like, start working on that and know your worth. Know that you are worth so much more, that God will do it all for you. There's nothing that you cannot have. I'm not saying you can't be happy for other people and hear and see the things that's going on in their world. You scroll through the social media or what have you, and you see something you like or what have you, and then let that be an inspiration for you. Right? An inspiration for you to go to God and ask him, if that's something you really want, Lord, like, I would like blah, 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 and make sure that you also reflecting on why you want it. Like, remember yesterday I was talking about we need to discern, right, between, is this of God? Is this something from God? Is, like, should I be wanting this? Should I even be asking for this? Right? Like, that part. And it's the same way. Like, when you're seeing other people having things that you want, you need to be examining yourself. Like, why do I want this? Do I just want this because it just looks this way? Is it going to be something that's just going to be fleshy? Is this, like, for real, you have to make those types of decisions. But I'm just saying for the day, because you all know I talk a lot, but let me wrap it up because I'm getting close to 40 minutes. I'm just saying for the day, for real, like, if that's something that you struggle with, get to a place where you for real recognize that you are a child of God and that there is nothing too hard for him. He can do it all. We live in a world where it makes it where you're competing with people and like, oh, this is important. You just gotta have this, or at this age you're supposed to do this, and blah blah blah, all this crap. But it's just like, no. If it's something that you for real want, if it's something that you for real need, go to God and He will make sure it's done. If it's for real a part of His will, and if you ask Him with the right motives and stuff, like He will do it for you. He wants to make us happy. He wants to exceed our expectations. Don't ever walk around this world acting like you gotta just get what somebody else had. That's the best you can get. Like, that's what it looked to me. It's like, and that's the best I can get. I saw that. I want to let me take that, and that's the best I can have. It's like, nah, you can have it all. You can have that and some. What you saw that, oh, let Him give it to you, bright, shiny, and new, specifically customized just for you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, wait on Him. Trust in Him, look to Him, ask Him for these things. What He say? I'm going back in. James 4. You don't have because you do not ask. Like that part. Instead of trying to go after it in our own strength, or instead of trying to get things that aren't ours, because if you don't have it, it most likely wasn't meant for you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so you don't have to be out here going like, oh, I see this, or I heard that. It's like, oh, I just want that so bad. It's like, no. Like, that's when you use it as inspiration and be like, you know what? He's fine. Like, Lord, yes, I'm asking that, like, oh, design him to make sure he got features like that. Cause oh yeah, I like that. Oh yes. Cause I like how they think. I like what they do. Like, this is what I'm looking for, Lord. And then you start putting your little list together and you start asking God, but you ain't got to be up there going, like, this is something that somebody else has. I want that. Like, I want that specifically. It's like, no. Start really thinking about why it is that you want the things that you want. And for real, you'll see the difference when you start asking Him for it and you praying about it. Like, seriously. But again, last word now. Do not walk around this world acting like you ain't good enough to have the best. Do not walk around this world acting like that's as good as you can get. Like, I'm serious. When you see something that somebody else has, like, that's the best I can get and that's what I want. Like, I'm going after that. It's like, nah, God will get it for you and He will package it up and have it specifically designed with your name on it and customized to fit you in every way, whatever it is. Right? And so, the message for the day: jealousy and envy, coveting things that are not yours. I am asking us to be in reflection about James 4, going into the submitting yourself to God, and like the first 3 scriptures, I believe, like going into that, and even keep reading some more if you want, because James is good. But I mean, this is serious, like, because you hear it all the time with people going, I'm jelly and blah blah blah, and that'd be my answer every time. Like, you don't have to be. Like, you don't have to be. Go to God, ask Him for exactly what you want. Make sure you examine Him, like where it's coming from and why you want it, and watch Him work. Right? But you are worth so much more. You are valuable. You are important to Him. He wants to exceed your expectations. He wants to make you happy. Don't think that this is the best that you can get, wanting what somebody else had, want somebody else's blessings and stuff. Like, like, you're better than that. Like, God can get you exactly what you want. So that's all I got for you for the day. I know it's a very, intense message for the day, but hopefully it gives you all something to think about, something to chew on. Definitely a good conversation starter. And hopefully it was encouraging and motivating and all that good stuff for the day. So I shall talk to you all at another time. Bye.